Okay, here is little Cupcake Fiesta's first update from being at the 140 character conference here in New York. Suffice it to say that I feel like I just participated in what's the word I'm looking for? Like one of those greatest. I don't watch these shows, but like Greatest Race or one of these reality shows where people are like going all over the world to get to some place, and it's this huge adventure, only it's fun. Where yesterday I literally thought I literally thought I was going to die or end up in a ditch somewhere in who knows what part of Pennsylvania. And none of this is the fault of, none of this is me complaining about Cupcake, because Cupcake is an awesome car. But, again, you guys, if you haven't, if you're like me and you haven't driven stick shift in 15 years, there's just, maybe I'm being too paranoid about it, but there's just so many things that I don't remember. I'm trying to say, how do I describe this? When I was driving through Pennsylvania, okay, the first part of the trip, I drove from Chicago to Cleveland, right? Stayed over in Cleveland, and then I got up to drive from Cleveland into Manhattan. And I have my GPS, and I was ready to go, and everything was fine. Well, I had no idea, or, I'm sure I've driven through Pennsylvania, but I had no idea that it was going to be like a roller coaster ride from start to finish. It's nothing but mountains and hills and steep hills and curves, and I'm sure for most people that would be fun. People that like to really drive crazy and fast and like you're on a race course. Not this one. I don't ride roller coasters, okay? And you probably saw me tweeting about it, but I was terrified out of my mind, seriously, because there were all these huge downward hills. I guess really, how can a hill not be downward? It was terrifying. It was just, I don't like bridges over water. There were all of these huge bridges over water, and then the weather started raining. So then on top of me being terrified of all of these huge steep hills where I'm going down, and I was like, what if some car pulls in front of me and slams my, will I spin out of control? I just had all these fears and thoughts of, whatever. And then I'm like, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. If something happens to the car, I'm out here by myself. I'm a girl, I don't have a gun with me. Literally, I was like, this is where they filmed Friday the 13th. It was just creepy and scary, and all of these trees and mountains and nature, and that's not me, okay? Clearly. So I was terrified, and then it started to rain like the last hour of the trip. So then it's raining, there's all these steep downhills, and then there's these signs where they're like, if you're in a truck, you need to get into the lowest gear possible, steep hills coming up, dangerous hills, and I'm like seeing all this stuff going. I was like beside myself. And then I get into New York area. I had to go over several huge bridges over bodies of water, which freaks me out. And I'm just like, focus on the car in front of you, focus. And I'm like praying, and God is like, enough already. And so then I get into the Lincoln Tunnel, and it's bumper to bumper, and I'm just stop and go. And my foot is on the clutch so much. When you drive stick shift and you're in that kind of traffic, it's not fun. And so then I finally get out, and then I'm in downtown Manhattan, and it's pouring rain, okay? And my GPS system got me to the hotel, but it said the hotel was on the left-hand side, and I was on the right-hand side, so I missed it. Well, that time of day, it's 5 o'clock, you can't just turn around in New York, because they prohibit you from making a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn virtually on every single street. So my GPS is saying, recalculating route, and I'm like turning around, and hear all the fire engines outside, probably looking for me. Anyway, so I just wanted to get to the hotel, and I was so pissed off, and I was so tired, and I had to be at an event at 7 o'clock, and by the time I got into this hotel, it was like 6:15. It was not pretty, and so I haven't had a chance to do anything. I couldn't take as many pictures on the road because I was all by myself. I didn't have my wingman with me. By the time I got in here, I was just so stressed and so tired, and I literally had to hop in the tub, not even unpack, which is not what I do. When I get to hotels, I like to unpack and put everything away, and I had to run over to this VIP party, and then we all went out to eat after that, because I hadn't eaten, nobody had eaten, so that sucks too. So I didn't work out, then I'm eating late at night, then I'm feeling guilty that I'm eating late at night. So that's that. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. Cupcake is safe in the garage. She's covered up. She's probably grateful. She's probably wondering like why I'm such a wimp. But I was not. That was like seriously like the scariest time that I've had in a long time. It was absolutely without a doubt miserable. It has nothing to do with the car. It has nothing to do with like, oh, this is a crazy car. It's just, you know, you add up. I would be, if I was by myself driving my own car, that would be scary enough. But then that I'm by myself, I'm driving that car that is stick shift, and I'm by myself in this woodsy, hilly, freaky neighborhood, and I couldn't stop. I had to just keep going because I had commitments to be here, and so it was just really crazy. So anyway, that's part one. The conference is great. I've met a ton of great people. So tomorrow the goal is to really shoot a bunch of video and let you guys see all these people that I've met and that are hanging out. And there's just been great speakers, and I got to hang with Gary Vee yesterday, who I adore, and it's all good. So I mean, this is a great conference. I'm sure it's only going to be bigger next year. The hotel is great. We're here at the Roger Smith Hotel. I've been hanging out with Brian from the Roger Smith Hotel. He's awesome too. Julia Roy, I saw Jill Hanner. I'm hanging out with Zainology. I mean, everybody. We've had the greatest time so far, but it has been non-stop. So I mean, I'm taking some time to get some vlogging done tonight because I'm already catching heck that I haven't done it. So that's that. Sorry about the bad lighting. It's just, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? So you guys have a great rest of the week. I will keep you posted. We're gonna have a bunch of test rides, and we're gonna do a little Cupcake tour with Cupcake and a bunch of my tweeps from here, and kind of hit all of the hot Cupcake spots in New York. This lighting looks really funny. Makes me look like I have weird stuff going on with my neck. Look at that shadow. Is that my neck? Anyway. You guys have a good rest of the night. And I brought everything for my recording for my camera, right? Except my, what's the word I'm looking for? My remote. So actually I have to reach up here and turn it off. You guys have a great rest of the day. Cupcake says hi. She's happy in the garage. I'm trying not to move this off the table. I'll talk to you guys soon.